A very good morning, South Africa, my fellow South Africans, my mede-Suid-Afrikaners, goeiemôre, molweni, matlabane, apa ikhaya, mzansi. It's again a great privilege to speak to you this morning. As you all know, every Wednesday I have an opportunity, and I'm absolutely privileged to be able to speak to you, my Facebook community, and also these days far beyond. Ek wil net vir almal sê baie dankie dat u vir my die tyd gee elke woensdagoggend 9uur waar ons met mekaar kan praat, waar ons met mekaar goed kan deel en waar ek 'n platform kan gebruik oor die hele wêreld om met ons te praat oor ons toekoms, ons hede en miskien partymal 'n bietjie die verlede skoonmaak. Molweni matlabane, halala, halala. Apa, ugamla kuskansonso. And the actions that we need to do. Ek wil net vir almal welkom sê, Neil, Thys, Sibolala Molweni Boetie, Dom, all the way from Europe. It's great to always see your name, Peter Brown, good morning. Molweni. And to everybody, Edwin, that's joining us repetitively, it's a great honor and a privilege to address you. Last week, I asked on all my social media platforms for people to please start engaging me as a person that comes from politics, that understands business, but that's a patriot. To please send me your questions and matters that you wanted me to address. And I have made an extensive list, and unfortunately, due to time, I can't get to everybody. But I have given a promise, ek het 'n belofte gemaak aan my span, dat elke woensdag ons dit gaan doen. Now, my fellow South Africans, I don't want you to hold back. I'd like you to send me and inbox me any question, any matter that you want addressed on my platform, and I will do so. As a leader within the community, and who knows, a leader in the future, is ek bereid om met almal te praat. Jou tyd aan omslaan jy op hoekom so every day. And I want to start off by saying, South Africans, as a person that has been in and out of politics for 32 years, but have never been in a bench, in an office, or in a position, it's time. It's time that we start with one fundamental word, and that is the truth. Die waarheid. And I think if we get to the point where we can put racism, bigotry in religion, bigotry in culture behind us, that we will have a republic that will be for all. A republiek van Suid-Afrika vir almal. Want dit is tog wat die wet en ons grondwet sê. That's what we fought for. And it's time that we rise as South Africans. I want to start addressing, due to the fact of time, and we have so much engagement, on matters that were written to me that I'd like to start addressing face on. And many people have asked me, if I were president, so as president wees, what would I do about these issues? Being a president of a country is a responsibility. Om 'n president van 'n land te wees is 'n verantwoordelikheid. But one thing comes to mind when you're a president, when you're a cabinet minister, or you work in government, and that is that you are a civil servant. Jy dien die mense. Jy lei nie net die mense met jou autoriteit nie. Jy kniel voor God en jy kniel vir jou mense. It's time that we have a leadership in this country that serves the people, that bows in front of God the Almighty and serves the people with dignity. Because that's why you are called a civil, a mensedienaar onder God, onder jou land en onder jou mense. It's time that we come back to a leadership of principle, a leadership of taking decisions no matter sometimes how because you cannot suit everybody. And I want to tell you, we are ready. We are ready to take 50 million people and lead and fix what needs to be fixed without fear and definitely without favor. So I'd like to thank everybody that sent me this list and many more, which we will address every Wednesday. Privileged to be in your home, your office, car, and wherever you are. Firstly, gender-based violence. I want to thank Gabriella that is from the Elsies, Gabriella that is an inspiration, who sent me a question to say the following: what will we do, specifically in the month of women, in die maand waar ons vrouens oor die hele wêreld en in hierdie land erken, what are we doing about violence? Firstly, we had a commitment from the country and the leadership to become harsher in prosecution against people that commit gender-based violence. Now, no matter how we argue and debate, this effort must be stepped up. This effort to protect our women and children who are the vulnerables, in my opinion, is already just disgusting having to focus on this. Because in a free, democratic, and any civil society, anybody that attacks our women, that kill and rape our children, should be banished from our society and the rights of those people removed, even permanently if necessary. Ons vrouens en kinders is ons hart en siel. En enige mens wat hierdie mense verkrag, vermoor, aanrand en sielkundig intimideer, moet op die sterkste manier op hierdie oomblik tronk toe gestuur word en indien nodig nooit weer gesien word nie. So we need to step up prosecution. We need to create safe havens for our women and children. We need to ensure that police stations have got access with immediate effect to social workers that are based in police stations to deal with the trauma that children and women bring for help. And that includes that from now on, we should, at every medical facility of state, be it a clinic or a hospital, create a section without fear or favor with immediate effect, where women and children that have been abused, be it physically or mentally, have a place of care and safety. And these services must be supplied with immediate effect. Budget can be created because savings in state is now required. Daar is nie 'n verskoning nie, my mede-Suid-Afrikaners, dat ons nie geld het nie. As ons nie geld het nie, dan moet ons onmiddellik teruggaan na waar spandeer ons die geld en sny. En ons begin sommer by die kabinet. Ons begin sommer by leierskap. En ons trek ons belde styf. We can save, we must save, and respect the taxpayers' input and money. So we have the budget, we need to just spend it correctly. Finally, education. We must bend the mind of our children when they are young. At the levels, al begin ons by kleuterskool, kindergarten, schools, colleges and universities must force a program where we educate our youth about the respect to women and children, the rights of a citizen. That must be an enforced educational program. Secondly, a point that was brought which is horrific. A citizen asked me, what do I think about child trafficking, child prostitution. And I just answered back and I said, oh my God. What do I think about it? Well, I think such an act must be punishable by the law, harshly, vehemently, and lifelong. Because this is something that is absolutely unacceptable in our society. Daar's net een antwoord. Dis onaanvaarbaar in ons gemeenskap. I'd like to then address a gentleman that every day fights for the rights of something important to me, which is small and medium enterprise business. Carl Lotter, chairman of SASSMEF, wrote and asked me, if leadership were in my hands, what would I do about small and medium enterprise? And he knows that this is very close to my heart as a serial entrepreneur. My fellow South Africans, the heart of our economy lies on the entrepreneur. The life of our economy does not lie on the massive business structures. Yes, we need them. But the thousands and thousands of small businesses in this country make up the mass of our economy. So therefore, this is not negotiable in state governmental funding. But we are not recognizing the importance of SMMEs. We are not supporting, in my opinion, SMMEs where we should. We have a ministry that's dedicated to this. But we must ask, are we truly recognizing small and medium enterprise? My opinion, not enough. Ons doen nie genoeg vir die entrepreneur. Ons help nie genoeg nie. En al sê ons op hierdie oomblik, ons doen genoeg, wil ek vir julle sê, wel, as dit genoeg is, probeer weer. I would immediately, as a leader, recognize the representation of small and medium enterprise in this country and give them their deserved seat at NEDLAC, where they can negotiate, participate, and stand their ground representing hundreds of thousands of people trying to earn a living. Again, we will do more. And we won't say it, we will pay it. I want to say that again. We won't just say it, we will pay it. Because that is a recovery of our economy. Al verkoop jy pineapples, even if you are standing and making chakalaka, making cheese and nyama, or selling buffs, we must support you. We must put SA first. And that's how we get it back. For years, we have not implemented the SME Act, where we have representation of our small and medium enterprise at the highest level. This would be and must be implemented within immediate effect. State funding must be increased, but not only state funding for SMMEs, but education to our people. How do you run a SMME? Because the future could be that an SMME becomes a major business. En as 'n klein besigheid, 'n medium besigheid en 'n groot besigheid raak, dan betaal hy mos meer belasting. Hy neem meer mense in diens en hy kyk na meer families. This is not IQ. This is obvious. And I don't debate obvious. Ek dink net 'n frikkie sit op sy eie en dink dat hy het al die idees in die wêreld. Frikkie, ons is saam met jou. Ons is meer as wat jy dink. So let's help each other to build a SMME base that makes our country proud. Finally, people don't want to deal with state People don't want to do business with government, not all. Why? Because they don't pay quick enough. I get so many messages to say, I thought there was a regulation that says 30 days. Well, government will need to implement a 30-day turnaround. Because if government can do business with our people effectively, then we can build this economy. Maar ons moet betaal. En ons moet op tyd betaal. If we were leadership, we would do it in 30 days. But we would pay it sooner. Because a 30-day is a limit. A 25-day is a target. And a 20-day is an achievement. We must do better. Another point brought up was, what about our animals? Well, animals have rights, believe it or not. The way that you treat your animals is the way that you treat society. If you can't feed a dog, if you can't fix your cat, if you can't feed your fish, and if you can't look after your pets, how do you look after your family and your children and society? We need more protection for animal rights. We need more support for people like the SPCA. We need to look after and stop abuse of animals, because if you can hit a dog, you can hit a child. And this is unacceptable for any living creature. The word is respect, and we should do more. The next point is very close to my heart, and that is support for the senior citizens. Ons mense wat daai jare bereik het, waar hulle nou in die glorie jare wil wees, moet volle ondersteuning kry van ons die mense. Senior citizens must be supported more. And if we talk about grants, then that would be my focus. Grants are not there because you cannot be employed. Grants are there to support you while you are not employed. But the people that are ill, the people that are disabled, the people that are senior citizens should be the first in line for a grant. But if you're capable to work, I don't think grants should be ad infinitum. I don't think you should get it for life. Then municipalities, my fellow South Africans. Ons municipaliteite, en ek wil vir Johan welkom heet van der Byl. Johan, ons ken mekaar nou vir 20 jaar. Jy het vir my 'n video gestuur, en ek wil vir jou sê, ons moet op 'n punt kom waar genoeg is. A municipality, my fellow South Africans, is a business. It has income. It has management. It has services to deliver. You pay rates and taxes not because you're kind. You pay rates and taxes to get a service. Jy betaal daai fooie, omdat jy dienslewering wil hê. Ons moet diens lewer. If we were leadership, we would put targets, we would put achievements, and we would enforce it. And should those targets not be met by local government, we will remove them. There can be no position filled because of political agenda. You must employ an engineer for engineering. You must employ an accountant for accounting. And you must employ management that have studied and have practiced management. Want anderste weier ons om te luister na skoenmaker, hou jou by jou lese. So if we were leadership, boeties vir baadjies eindig vandag, and we would appoint professionals to run a professional service. We as citizens mustn't go out and clean our streets, but if it takes so, then we do so. Finally, freedom. Vryheid, my medeburger. What is freedom? Wat is vryheid? Freedom was asked to me, what is freedom, by Lisa Dauman. Lisa wrote me a huge letter and said to me, Neil, if you were president, what would you do about our freedom? And she said, what do we do about my child in Mitchell's Plain not being able to play in a park, not being able to ride on a bicycle because we are gang infested? Lisa Damen from Mitchell's Plain, jy het trane na my oë toe gebring. Want ek wil vir jou sê, die dae waar ons kinders in die pad kon hopskot speel, albasters en tol, waar ons saam kon sing, fietsry en lag, is iets wat ons verdien. Dis iets wat ons verlang, want ons kinders ken nie meer van vryheid nie. This is unacceptable in a society where we have a democracy, where we have a constitution that guarantees the right of freedom and safety for our citizens. And I want to tell you, Lisa, if we were in leadership, we would take our streets back. We would support our communities by making it safe, block for block, straat for straat, because this is the guarantee that we as South Africans must take back. My fellow South Africans, thank you for giving me this time. Thank you to Lisa, Johan, Karel, George, and everybody else that sent us, Gabriella, a question, and I hope I have answered it. I hope that you share this, and if you are watching me now, give me a like, please. Give me a heart. Give me a wave. Now, if you can, let it roll out on this. Press your button, because this must go viral. This must go to government so that they can listen and act on what we want in this country. Kom ons staan saam. Matlabane, Simunye. Stay South African. Stay SA first. Wees trots op jou land. And speak to you next week, Wednesday, again. All the best. God bless you.